Hi, Moguls. Happy New Year. We're going to discuss the top 10 stocks to buy in 2022. Wow. Hopefully, 2022 will be a beautiful new year for all of us. Wishing you happiness, success, prosperity, and good health. And please take a second to hit the 5 stars with a nice review. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. The link is in our summary. If you'd like to donate, we really appreciate your donations to all of our wonderful guests that I bring to you all the time and all the work that goes involved. So thank you so much. So everyone loves technology, and there's just the powerhouses. So I'm gonna just we all know, we think Google, you gotta do your due diligence. Disclaimer, I'm not a licensed broker, but Google, and Apple seem to just be really great. YouTube advertising revenues, everybody's trying to be a kid star, YouTube star, a 15-second star, get a piece of that cash pie, and just make your dreams happen. And also, Google has the cloud business as well. So, the Apples and the Googles, everyone is just, they're just pretty good. I'm going to tell you one that you probably haven't heard of. And what's the thing that we all do for New Year's? We say we're going to go on a diet, and we make all our goals and all of our lists. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to make money. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to eat right. So how about weight loss food? Some weight loss food. And a company that you might want to check out is Medfast Inc. MED ticker symbol. And it's they make and distribute food for weight loss. Kind of like, like Jenny Craig does that and is very successful. And they like it because it's undervalued, and the revenues went up a whopping 52%. And it has a nice dividend of about 2.9 dividend. And so you want to check about that, because everyone in the new year, wants to lose weight. And the older you get, let's face it, there's parts of the body that are really stubborn, unless you're just born lean, mean, and skinny, and that's your thing. But if you have curves in you anywhere, that is something to look into. I'd like to kind of go over some stuff too that I haven't told you about. Since COVID's been around, all the companies, obviously the Pfizer's, the Moderna, and everything like that, are just profiting in the tests, just getting those tests and stuff like that. And we just wish that that everyone can stay healthy and have a choice. What's their right plan of action to stay healthy is just, we always like a choice, because we're in America. And so some people benefit from COVID. So you might want to look at those companies. Another food company, for example, is a lot of people stay at home and buying on the Amazons. That's why you see the Amazon, and they're also cloud based. We like the Amazons and the Apples and the Googles and Facebook, or the new name that it's been given. Everyone loves Instagram. You can buy and sell there. Nomad Foods is another one I've never spoke of before. Ticker symbol NOMD. And they sell frozen foods to grocery stores in Europe. So that's European more. So you probably haven't heard of it. And then also, I always like to talk about interesting things as chemical companies, chemical distributor companies, Universe Solutions. That could be very interesting to you. Some other things that, as we're heading to 2022, like strong brands and the supply chains. And so look into the supply chains and like those ships and the supply chains. And like people have been building and redecorating. You guys have been exercising on your Pendleton bikes and buying the Lulu Moon clothes. You've been ordering from Amazon. You've been eating pizza. You jacked up Domino's Pizza, and McDonald's is doing well, and all those kind of things, and Home Depot and Costco's, and watching your Netflix, and Disney stock is still, struggling up there. Our Alibaba, our Jack Ma come back on the scene. Please let him launch Ant Financial. That stock was going to soar over 300, and now it's dropped. There's been some other things with the change from there's the nice PayPal, and there's the block now. Cash App, what is it? The app that's now called block. Took a little dive, but should bounce back up. These are all opinions. Do your due diligence and research. So you might want to check out Door. They're a company that manufactures doors for houses and commercial buildings. Sometimes you don't think of like paint companies, like the paint companies, the nail companies, the battery companies, the people that make the batteries, the people that make the products for your technical companies. Beauty, like, oh my gosh, fashion and beauty, like makeup and just things that you wouldn't think that just, kids can make so much money with props and costume and beauty on the social medias. If you didn't grow up in that age, you still want to know certain things. And, the home improvement, I told you, the Lowe's and the Costco's, we've been talking about that forever. Healing people, helping people to get back to work, or, getting these gig jobs like Lyft and Uber, and helping people order things like the Amazons and like Nvidia. Thank goodness it split. Some of you were able to buy it once it split. Nvidia, they make the semiconductors, so because it was real pricey. So I just wanted to say, think of small caps, big caps, think of banks, think of healing, think of technology, think of you know uh, companies that are like, there's also dividend companies if you want to look at those. Um, Sticking with low validity stocks is always nice. People like some banks, the Wells Fargo's, the JP Morgans. And so those are just some kind of things to like general headings to just see. So here's some things that I haven't told you about, some stocks. I told you, here's one. How about this one? Progeny. So I'll just spell it Progny. Progny. Progny Inc. Ticker symbol P is in Paul, G is in good, and then NY like New York. They provide fertility and family building solutions. So fertility, a lot of people are having, fertility issues. Free egg freezing is becoming super common. So if you think that's something that's very interesting, and so that could be very cool. Check that into fertility and helping people to be fertile. So that's very interesting. So some of you are like, wow, I never thought of that. I know. I like to tell you stuff that you might not have thought of, think out of the box. Then there's and here's some therapeutics, Wrapped Therapeutics. So it's RAPT. So it's a biopharma company that focuses on the development of like oral molecule therapies. Um so for dermatitis, looking into that field of dermatitis. So check into that. Have you guys heard of Yeti? Some of you have heard of Yeti, YETI Holdings Inc. Ticker symbol Yeti, YETI. Not the monster, not the Yeti monster. They sell leisure products. They make and sell leisure products. So which was nice. If you can have some leisure products, why not? Enjoy yourself, go on vacations. Vacations always make you feel fun. You meet people on a cruise, you have fun on a cruise, you're dancing, you're singing, you're eating, you're drinking, you're exercising. If you go skiing or snowboarding or fishing or hiking or going to Walt Disney World and enjoying the rides and the roller coasters and just enjoying yourself and not thinking about work and being on the computer. So do check about like that. Could be very interesting. And here's another one I'm going to tell you, Inari Medical. And they're saying it smashed market expectations in their earnings per share. And they have a market cap of 4 billion and was founded in 2011. So they have like about 500 patients treated with FlowTriever, which is artery blockage, for the treatment of artery blockage. So that could be very interesting. As you know, like, especially with all the side effects, they're saying, people got to check their heart and stuff like that. And people, as you get older, we have older population, arteries and your heart pumping in your blood. So that could be very interesting. That's Inari Medical, ticker symbol NARI. Sometimes you don't want to look at the future like that because it's hard to look at it. But once, you see people that are sick and having these issues, you want to just be aware and knowledgeable. It's always good to research and do your due diligence. And it's like learning and seeing like companies that are helping people and doing good things. So here's more in the building industry. Uh, you know, the homes, I guess people are able to buy homes. Otherwise, you're stuck with expensive rent. Like you're paying like people that live in Los Angeles, New York, and Chicago, these high end cities, tiny places, one bedrooms and studios. They could have three houses or three condos in any other state. And so, Trek Company, TREX, Trek, building products. So they builds. And so, check into that. That could be very interesting if you're not in the Home Depot or Lowe's. Let's see what else I can tell you guys. I always give you bonuses. So here's one. Um, so I'm going to tell you this is Asmo Holdings, NV, Asmo, ASML. And the reason why this could be very interesting, Asmo Holdings, you're like, well, billionaire investor Peter Thiel, who is one of the founders of PayPal Holdings, PYPL, is an early investor um, in the company that used to be called Facebook. So he's one, it looks like he's interested in this one. So this one is a Netherlands-based technology company worth about, oh my gosh, 320 billion. And is the world's only producer of extreme ultraviolet EUV lithography machines, and they're needed by semiconductor foundries and the large chip makers to produce chips. So it's worth $300 billion. So wow. So that could be really interesting. See how you listening to my stuff, you learn all kind of things. I'm like the cliff notes for you guys. Asmo Holdings. So do check out that one. It seems like people that know stuff, the smart people, all know how to invest in things early because they friends and family in college, and they're just in that business to know that stuff. And they have more time. When your money's working for you, you have more time to study. And when you're working for your money, your time is depleted so much. So EOG Resources, EOG. I don't think I've ever talked about this one before. The reason why they're saying it's a good stock to look into for 2022 or buy is they're a US based oil and natural gas producer. And I so it has nice dividends, about 1.8%. And let's see, yeah, it seems to be doing pretty well. So do check out that, see if you might like EOG. Okay, and I've told you about the Lowe's. You guys know about the Lowe's and home improvement. You guys are shopping, and I told you about the Microsoft Corp. You guys know about Microsoft, Google. How about Upstart Holdings, UPST? And so it's an artificial intelligence tech in the credit score industry. So people like to know about things like your FICO score, those things that we don't want to discuss and talk about, or you're like, ah. So see if that could be something interesting to you. So it's a credit card tech company of artificial intelligence. And so it could be very interesting to look at. So I would just look into that one and research that and see if you think it's going to be a growth stock. Then, of course, I told you about Visa. Visa is kicking butt, and you know it's doing pretty well. So you guys know about that one. Here's one that I've never told you about or haven't told you about in a while. Grupo Aeroportuario del Sureste. So SABDECV, ticker symbol ASR. Then it's a Mexican airport operator, Grupo Aeroporto del Sureste. Excuse me for my pronunciation. So, just they keep the airports running basically, and the company owns the Cancun, Mexico, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Medellin, Colombia airports. So that could be very interesting as people start traveling and going their vacations. So see if that could be something you want to investigate. And you know, so Facebook is now Meta platforms, and it's still doing really great. They have WhatsApp and Messenger, they have Instagram, so Metaverse, they do have the numbers and advertisings, and so do check about that and see if you still like that. So, I mean, those are very interesting. I told you some good ones. I told you some really great ones. So, Happy New Year. Please remember to hit the 5 stars with a nice review. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Storytime Fun. And subscribe. It takes 2 seconds. Or you can donate to the podcast, Buy Me Coffee Sneakies, or PayPal me anonymous content. Thank you so much for listening. Subscribe and hit the 5 stars. Thank you.